All right, traders, I am back again with another video. And in this video, I'm going to take the time to show you a few things. First of all, I want you to see a peek inside of our weekly forex webinar session, which we hold every Sunday. Now, due to family emergencies, I had to have this session on Tuesday. So we had this session yesterday. So we're looking at some trade opportunities and trade setups from the webinar session we had. So I'm going to go through each pair that I talked about, discussing what the trade setup was, and then I'm going to show you what I talked about in the webinar, and then I'm going to show you where the price is right now. All right, so you'll see how the trade setup developed. It's only one day, and we're trading the daily time frame, so a lot of them don't just take off that quick, but we have some really good trades that went through already. So we'll look at those, and I'll discuss what I was looking at. So before we do that, I want to let you know that if you like this content that you're about to see, then I ask that you just go to my website and visit www.fxatOneglance.com right here, and that will take you to this spot right here. And when you get to this spot, you'll see the opportunity to become a lifetime member. This membership will not last much longer. I still currently have it available because a lot of traders ask me to keep it going so that they have the opportunity to become a member, a lifetime member. All right, and you will receive this content that I am showing you every week, every Sunday, and also a couple times during the week if trades are developing. And also we also do a crypto session that we do every Friday now also. So we have our crypto session every Friday, and we have our forex session every Sunday, and then throughout the week as needed. All right, so you'll have that opportunity to become a lifetime member, and it's for a reduced price right now, and you can see what the details are down here. So if you like what you're watching today and you want to get this content each and every week and be able to have your trade setups develop for you, much like you're about to see, then don't hesitate to come to my site again, www.fxatOneglance.com, and check us out. All right, so now we are looking at the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. So the Aussie yen, we're looking at this. We had a couple trade setups developed previously on this pair, but now we're at a point where we also had another setup develop as the market's trying to change structure. So basically what we looked at was, this was in a nice little downtrend, so you want to get a good view of the market to see what it really looks like. And you can see it's a pretty good downtrend here. So I don't think you're going to see that just break and all of a sudden start a big uptrend. All right. But what we're looking at is, first, this pair had a TK crossover currently that was bullish. So that's a big sign. That's a sign that the market structure may be changing. All right. And then also you could see this level here, which is a strong resistance level at 76,142. We need to see the market break through there. First time it was rejected. Now I talked about a trade, but I told traders you're not going to get much more than down to this level here. So was it even worth taking that trade? You're not making much there just going down to this Kijinsen, because our structure looks like it's changing. We're going to get a, even if it's just a correction, what we might call, we might get a change of direction that may bring us up to certain levels. But what I'm looking at here, the TK crossover. All right, and when we talked about this trade yesterday, it was this candle, but this candle was nowhere near the size of it now. It was inside this candle. It was lower than this candle, and we were talking about this trade setup. So let me take you to this trade setup and let you see what we were talking about at that point in our webinar session, and then we'll come back and go to the next pair. We're going to look at 5 pairs today, 4 which we called on our webinar session on Tuesday, and then 1 that I'm going to make a call for you today, which is going to be the US dollar yuan. We'll look at that trade setup that we have developing now. All right, so let's go see what we were talking about yesterday and if anything is working out for us. So just like we talked about, I don't really have a trade setup for you guys here yet. We got a bearish crossover. A bullish crossover. Hold on, let me see something. Yeah, Robert, I can't go back on that Aussie Swiss franc. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these because I'm going to be here a while. I'm going to also want to put out a separate video for the better trade opportunities, I'm going to just make a regular video, put it out. All right. But we could see we had a rejection here. You can see the level we're basically rejecting. It's this level right here, right here. And we pretty much rejected this level. Um, the 1, 2, 3. So we have a 1, 2, 3, and 4. If this fails here, because I think you're going to see support here because you got a TK crossover that's bearish. I mean, that's bullish, sorry. And I think you're looking for support here for a long opportunity. Also, do we have divergence? Not really, nothing major. So I would have told you yesterday to take your short at this point. But I say, I don't know if we're getting past this level here in this area here because we got a crossover and we're going to probably find support at Kijinsen. We're going to look for that bounce. What I'm going to look for now is this trade, guys. I'm going to look for the market to show support here and then move higher. At that point, when we get here, how can you find your target? When we get right here and we say we're going to take a trade right here. Does anyone know how you can find your target? If you do, let me know. I'm waiting to see if anyone knows. Yes. You guys all do know. Measure move, fib extension. Yes. So what you'll see here is this will be, I'm thinking this is what's going to happen with the market because it's showing that. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but that's what I'm thinking is happening because I'm looking at what's going on with it. So we're looking at 1, 2, possibly 3, and then 4. All right. So if you have that, then that means you have a level right here with your Tinkins and Kijinsen where the market's coming down to and bouncing. Then you're going to get your entry, trade long, and make profit. Now, if you entered the market here, don't get out of this market yet. Let this market show you because it could still go here and then it could still violate this whole thing and go make a big move. All right. So that's what you should be looking for. Any questions on that real quick? For Aussie yen, what about looking for the first fractal break after TK cross, the fractal level being the June 10 candle? The fractal level would be this candle right here. I don't love that for one reason. Why is the reason I don't love that? Anybody know? Because if you guys know, you guys should know this because we talk about all this. Range, definitely, yes. Ranging. Too many fractals. When I want that first fractal break, I want that one fractal right there. There's a bunch of them right there. So that means this level's been held before. All right. So that's the reason. You guys are good. You don't need me because you're answering every question. You know everything that we're talking about. And you could do this yourself. All right. So this is what we're looking for here. If you're in this trade, we're looking to get to this point, maybe lower. All right. All right. So we're looking now at the Aussie US dollar. And basically yesterday when we looked at this, the Aussie US dollar was down to this level right here and it bounced basically off of this Tinkinson here. So a lot of times people don't catch these Tinkinson bounces because you have to catch this when it touches Tinkinson and it's continuing its trend, basically much like you would see right here. All right, but this one was a little easier because you had a rejection at the level. And then this one was kind of easy because you also had a rejection at the level. All right, so when you see the bounce off of Tinkinson, those are the trades you're looking for in a trending market. So if this market's starting to trend, we're catching the bounce off of the Tinkinson level here. And we said that once this candle closed and we had the confirmed bounce, we would enter at this level here at about 0.69932. So let's go back, see what we were talking about at that point. All right, so this one, man, we're bouncing off Tinkinson here. All right, so Aussie dollar, Aussie US dollar. If you go back, I think I already told you, before this ever got to this point, I was waiting for the market to drop down to this level or this level. Well, we're bouncing on Tinkinson. I think we could still take a trade here. Now, we should have went to the 4-hour quicker and we would have had a better entry. All right, but going to the daily, I think we still have an opportunity. We're bouncing on Tinkinson at this point. I think we moved a little too far off Tinkinson. If I was going to trade it, it would be this way: entry, stop loss. And then target would be 1, 2, 3, shoot for 4. You find it with your fib extension. So your target would be this. Your target would be 1, 2, 3. Your target will be 0.71623. That would be your target on this trade. Now you do need to get through what level? What level do you need to get through? I'm okay if it kisses 20 and doesn't break above. Yes, sir. What level do we need to break? Anybody? I think I finally stumped you guys. What level do we need to break for the market to continue? Somebody says, there they go. 2, 2, 2. Level 2, we need to break that level for the market to continue. Let me show you why. Level 2 is what? Fluctuation. If you can't get through level 2, the market usually fluctuates at that level. Let me show you. This is 1. This is 2. We would have 3 here and then 4 up here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to break 2 to at least get to 4. And we also have resistance with the top of this cloud here. So taking a trade anywhere in here, we need to break this level to continue. And I think you could on this one. All right. Questions I see. What's the Williams %R settings? 5. Are we consolidating here? Not yet. I don't see consolidation. I just hear a little pullback in the market starting to go again. Okay. All right, so we talked about 3 pairs, and we're going to talk about this last one, which is going to be this US dollar yuan. Want to just show you where we are now. I think we're late because we do this at 5 o'clock to show where we really should be getting in at the candle close at 5 o'clock. But I'm going to take you back here and show you when this market came to this level. If you were a member here, you would have caught this trade to the downside, and then you would have caught this trade to the downside here. All right, because we discussed all these. And if you go back into my archived webinar sessions, you will see, go back to these dates, basically December 16th, December 23, December 23rd, somewhere in December or January 2017. And you'll see we were talking about this market dropping. And then recently, we were talking about this in October, and we were waiting for this move, and this has done exactly what we thought, because the market was coming up to this level, and you had basically like a double top here. Then it attacked that level again recently, and we also again called this move to the downside. So now we're looking at another trade opportunity to continue this move. I think we're a little late, but what you have here is Ichimoku has a TK crossover that's bearish. All right, your cloud is still bright, so you still have a bright future, and Chico span is below price, and then your price is a little bit above the cloud. So what I'm looking at though is price is rejecting Kijinsen. So usually the first signs of the market getting weak is the market crossing over Kijinsen. That's why a lot of times we'll take these Kijinsen bounce trades when the market gets to that level, because if it can't break and stay above, then more than likely it's going to go back below. And if it can't break and stay below, more than likely it's going to go back above. All right, so but at this point you got a crossover that's bearish, and then you're rejecting this Kijinsen level with a rejection here. Earlier today, this is where the entry was, because at 5 o'clock we want to see this candle, and then we put our stop loss slightly above. All right, and then trading at least down to this bottom of this cloud here. But we also want to look for our level, which basically I would find my level like this. Now there's a couple ways I find my target. This doesn't always mean it's going to happen every single time, but the market likes to create these 1-to-1 ratio moves. All right, so I'm going to go show you what. Now I could go from here, but I'm going to go from this level here, and then we got it right there. So this would be a level 1-to-1 ratio right here at 6.77737. So that's where we would look for the market to fall to. All right. Let me remove that. Now if I marked it from this upper level here, it's probably going to be a little bit deeper. All right, so we're looking at this market drop down, come back up, and then we'll be looking at 6.75601. That would be our target. So I would shoot for the first target, then see if you can get to the second target. Now the first target really would be this level here, all right, where the bottom of the cloud is, if we can break through. All right, now we got to worry about this cloud level here getting through this level, but the thing is we broke Kijinsen and we found resistance here. Your cloud is tightening up. You had a big thick cloud, so that started to show me signs that the market was getting weak to the upside when I had a thick cloud. Now this one didn't roll over as nice. It was kind of jagged, and that's because this market is a little bit of jagged also. All right, but you could see it starting to roll over, big thick cloud. Get that change over. This is going to be the whole change of the market direction here. So if you get this trade here, I think you could still get some good profit at least down to this level, and then probably seeing this thing break through this level. All right, now like I said, all my signals, I got mixed signals because I still don't have my future that's dark. But when I get that TK crossover and I'm bouncing off, I'm rejecting Kijinsen, I'm following the direction of the crossover and trading that direction prior to before anything else. So we're bouncing off of Kijinsen, and we got a rejection there. That's where our entry level is. Also, we moved up to our fractal if you're just concerned about that. And then the next thing is your targets. So the one way I just showed you how to find your target, the next thing I do is just go to your left, look for the targets, look for the market to go to these support and resistance levels. So draw out these support and resistance levels, look for the market to come to these levels. You see these support and resistance levels, just mark them and see if the market can continue to get to these levels. So you'll go to your left and see if the market continues to drop to your levels, and then eventually it'll get down to your bottom, and then you have to make a decision. And if it breaks, you just keep marking the support and resistance levels and then let it keep going. But that's long term, and most traders don't have the patience. All right, so that's what we're looking at. That's what you see. So traders, this is something that you will get if you become a member, a lifetime member currently, which will mean you make that one-time payment and you're a member for life. You receive this stuff for life every week. We go over forex, we go over cryptocurrencies on Fridays, and we're doing stocks also. But stocks, we require you to let us know what stocks you want to look at, because I'm sure you're not following the exact same stocks that I'm following. So I prefer you to just let me know what you want to see, and we'll talk about your stock at that point. But you can see this market starting to move off of our level. So we have our entry set already, stop loss triggered, and watch to see what this market does. All right, guys. So hopefully this helped you out a little bit. Until next time, guys, have a great one. God bless. So long.